What's up, people? Y'all saw the title, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. This video is basically a response to what Phil Heath said about classic bodybuilding being for weekend warriors. And obviously, that's not the case, and I really felt that it was disrespectful for him to say something about any division in bodybuilding. Because let's be honest about it, whether it's the open class, classic physique, or physique, it takes a lot of hard work to prep for a bodybuilding competition, and everybody's basically putting in the same amount of work. But the only difference is the amount of drug use. And with saying that, I want to give y'all a couple of reasons why I feel like classic physique is actually better than open bodybuilding. Um, so my first reason for saying that is because of the safety of it. And I know when I say that, a lot of y'all automatically think that there's no such thing as a safe way of prepping for a competition. And for the most part, that is true. But with this, we basically choosing the lesser of two evils. And with classic physique, you don't have to worry about blowing up during the off season, or some people just have that excuse just to get fat. But there's no reason to try to put on a whole bunch of mass at one time or just over one off season period. So without the weight constantly fluctuating, it's a more of a healthy option. And the big bulky mass monsters in the open division, the judges in comparison, they actually frown upon that. So this gives people a realistic goal to strive for. And that's a perfect segue into my next reason. It's more realistic for a person to be able to compete in classic physique. And why I say that is because honestly, realistically, most of us don't have the ability to blow up and be 290 on stage like a Ronnie Coleman or a Big Ramy. And basically that's what they're looking for when it comes to open bodybuilding. So a lot of us that actually, it's discouraging because we can't get that big. And to be honest with you, we have no goal to even try to get that big. So this basically gives us something realistic to strive for. And obviously, when it comes to classic physique, there's not as much gear used because you don't need to. You know, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure in the IFBB, they could get away with not using that much and still get awesome results. But if they wanted to step open over into the 212 or open bodybuilding division, they would have to basically, turn up their gear use. But competitors not having to use as much gear, obviously that makes it a safer option. So this will alleviate a majority of the health factors that we see a lot of the retired bodybuilders and even some of the still active bodybuilders go through, such as high blood pressure and large heart. So with bodybuilding being one of the main attractors in the fitness industry, our main goal should actually be being fit and healthy, and not overweight and being on the verge of death on a daily basis. So my final reason is that it sells better than open bodybuilding. And what I mean when I say that is, since the classic physique is more appealing to the eye and the average person will rather look like a classic physique competitor, it brings more attention to bodybuilding. So even though classic physique isn't getting as much love, you know, it basically is keeping the IFBB and NPC heads above water. So when you get more attention in a positive way, what it actually does is bring more people in. As far as the interest in bodybuilding, it attracts more people. And when you bring more people in, obviously that equates eventually to more money and more popularity. So when bodybuilding gets more attention, and brings in more competitors and gets more and more popular, you know, this brings our sport, one step closer to being mainstream. Even though I honestly don't believe that bodybuilding will ever become mainstream because of all the negative stigma that comes along with it, as far as the drug use. And honestly, in most people's eyes, they see us as being arrogant. So that would turn a lot of people away. So that'll prevent bodybuilding from becoming mainstream anyway. But when you still bring more attention into it, like I said, it helps the sport actually grow. And as competitors, that should be our main goal as far as bringing more attention to our sport. Because the more attention that we get, within our sport, that actually helps us as far as like getting different sponsors, which equates to money. And if you're a personal trainer, that brings more attention to you so you can build your clientele up. So this actually, helps us as far as the guys that are eager to become entrepreneurs. This actually helps us build clientele. So these are basically just a few reasons why I felt that Phil Heath was wrong for making a statement of classic physique being for weekend warriors. You know, like I said in the beginning, anybody that was able to make it through a competition prep, I think that should be respected. So, just like most of us don't want other people speaking ill on what we do as competitors, he kind of put his foot in his mouth when he did that. And I know if it turned me off, it turned a lot of other people off. So, basically, this is my reasoning for why I disagree. If you appreciate or like the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share it with your friends.